Another hot topic this year, and I gotta laugh at this one because it's really, you know, my own back and forth struggle. Because I do own rental property, but I also am a property manager and I manage for other people. One of the gray areas is who's responsible for cleaning out the gutters and keeping the roof clean. And so, I mean, just in my own head, I go back and forth about this. I'm like, well, you know, it's part of cleaning. The tenant should really be responsible for making sure that the roof and the gutters are cleaned out. But then, of course, I kick in with my property management brain and I'm like, well, liability, I really don't want those tenants up on the roof. And so this year, we finally just made a policy of it is definitely going to be the owner's responsibility to keep the roof clean. But there are some properties that whenever we go to them and we're bringing them into management that we already know because it's heavily treed that it's going to require a roof clean on a regular basis. And so Ashley has a way that, you know, she helps keep up with that.
Yeah, so our system, it's very integrated. I simply go in there and we can make a quarterly roof cleaning. And so we really have 5 or 6 properties that I think every 3 months we just go ahead and send someone out, get the roof cleaned off, the gutters. Another thing that's come about this year is the gutter guards. It's an additional expense, but it can cut down on that cost a little bit.
And then of course, whenever you don't do the cleaning of the gutters and the roof, then you know, you end up with soft spots because it's trapping in water anywhere you have those leaves, and the gutters, especially when they get full of debris, trapping that water in, and then before you know it, we have a situation like we did at one of the ones in Hale Plantation where, you know, they had about $800, $900 worth of roof repair because it just wasn't being taken care of regularly.
And speaking from experience too, I found that most homeowners do consider cleaning off the roof and gutters as part of a homeowner responsibility. I think just from, again, as you mentioned, liability purposes, it's just not worth having your resident up on the roof trying to clean it off. So,
and a point I read in one of the articles on this was, it said, you know, it's easy to debate and go back and forth, but ultimately it's in the owner's benefit to just go ahead and get it done because it protects your home altogether. Once you start letting water get in, it just, a plethora of problems come.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that we actually look at during our periodic inspections, and so that leads into one of the other subjects we wanted to talk about was that our company offers periodic inspections, and we used to do it quarterly, but that's a little too much, and now it's every 4 months. All of us girls, right now, these 2 girls have started taking it over, and they go into the property. We have an inspection form that covers from top to bottom what to look at, and they both go to the property, and one walks around outside as the other one walks around inside. And Tiana, I know that this has been really helpful. You've been able to see all of the properties firsthand, and it gives you a little bit better knowledge. So tell us about some of the experiences that you've had with these.
absolutely. So, of course, a lot of residents are working from home right now, so it's given me a really good opportunity to be able to meet a lot of our residents on a more personal basis, and definitely walking through the home. Usually what I do is I of course walk through first. I like to have a really close eye on everything. I'm really looking at water connections. That's one of the most important things. Looking at the AC filter and how that looks. I'm also looking at the tub area, looking at the grout, and really those are my main focuses. Of course, if there's any other major damage, I'm noting that as well, but really the water connections or anywhere where there's water is definitely the most important. Once I've walked through, that's when I come back again and actually take a video and photos of any damage and a full video walkthrough of the home. And that has really helped as far as being able to go back and see the condition of the property. Homeowners who, of course, might not live in the area and don't get to see their homes can really get a first look at how everything's looking, not just the damages, but just as a whole. I think it does help homeowners feel a lot more comfortable in that case.
I agree, yeah.
It does, and not only does it benefit us to just kind of know we're looking at the property, warding off any problems that may happen. If a home has been occupied for several years, or you know, it's been one of our rentals long term, we can kind of keep an idea and let the owner know in advance what kind of big ticket items like paint or flooring, roofing that they might need to look at and get done in that turn window.
Right, and we do. We walk around, we look at the roof and the gutters, we make sure that the trees are are not encumbering on the roof. When we go inside, as Tiana was saying, we're looking for any kind of water damage, we're checking the AC filters, making sure it looks like they're keeping those changed on a regular basis. But one of the things we had started doing this year, and the girls really kind of talked me into doing this, is video. And now we use video all the time in our marketing and in our move-in and move-out inspections. But we are now doing it with the periodic inspections, and that's so great for the owners who can't be here, like you said, to be able to get a nice little view. And it all comes all packaged up real nice with like a 4-page PDF with pictures and a link to a YouTube video. And so, our fee for that used to be $60, and we are increasing that on the new year. It will be $75. But for $75 every 4 months, you have 2 people walking through the house looking for any kind of tenant damage, and then looking for preventive maintenance, and then giving you a view of what your property looks like. And so then, of course, the job's not done there. Once we get done, then Tiana is processing that inspection by sending letters to tenants that need to tweak something. Maybe they need to get their carpet cleaned, or maybe, setting up work orders to get the roof cleaned off or something like that.
Absolutely. And quite honestly, since most residents are home right now, another thing it allows me to do is to ask them if there are any issues that they're aware of. Not always will a resident feel the need to go ahead and input a work order through their portal. So it gives you more of that firsthand knowledge of, is there anything that we should keep an eye out on? There's things that you might not even know of the ice maker jams every 10 minutes or whatever it might be. Those little things, it's really nice to have and to write down. And again, I think having the video footage just gives you a little bit of a better scope of the condition of the property.
Yeah.
And I'm probably into tenants sometimes get so nervous that we're coming out to judge them or, oh, how are you living? I just want to tell you, we're not. Like, we are just truly there to see the maintenance of the property and make sure that there's nothing that we need to get taken care of. So, don't be worried when we come.
No, we're not looking at how clean you are and how organized you are. We sometimes really do enjoy looking at your decorations, though, so it does give us some good ideas there.
Yeah.
Some of the other things, though, that we do when we're at the periodic inspections is, verify the pets that are in the property. And so we will, notate which pets are in the property, because some properties don't allow pets.